Here's where to use your hand traps most effectively against some of the newest meta decks, including Primite Blue Eyes, Momento, and Centurion. Let's start with Primite Blue Eyes, which is by far the most popular deck currently in Master Duel. If all you have is one Effect Veiler or Imperm, here's where to use them. If they open with Sage with Eyes of Blue, then you'll want to use that Veiler or Imperm against Sage with Eyes of Blue. This will force them to either stop their plays or have an extender. If they open with Maiden of White, then you'll want to use that Veiler or Imperm against Spirit with Eyes of Blue. They will still be able to end on at least a little bit of a board, but they will not be able to end on their full combo unless they have an extender. If they begin with Wishes for Eyes of Blue, then you'll want to use that Veiler or Imperm on the Sage that they search off of it. Now, if they begin with their Primite engine with Ether Barrel, then you'll actually want to save Veiler or Imperm against the Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Again, assuming you only open one copy of it. While they will still have Drill Beam, this will prevent them from going into full combo. Using Ash Blossom against this deck is quite easy. You simply save it for Wishes with Eyes of Blue. This card not only requires a discard, but searches two cards, which will both be important to comboing for the Blue Eyes deck. Therefore, if you Ash this card, not only will they be down in advantage because they had to discard, but they will not be able to continue their combo more than likely. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is also a highly effective card against the Primite Blue Eyes deck. One of the best cards to use it against is True Light. When they go to activate the True Light effect, you can use Ghost Ogre. Not only will they not be able to set a card per its effect, also all monsters on their field will be destroyed per the True Light effect. Droll and Lockbird and Nibiru are highly effective against Primite Blue Eyes. Droll and Lockbird can always be used against the first search and will likely stop them from going into a full combo. Nibiru can be used at the end of the Blue Eyes combo line more times than not, or rather when they have two Spirit Dragon up. If you Nibiru then, they won't be able to stop it and it will be very difficult for the Blue Eyes deck to recover from that point. Memento, for the most part, is actually really easy to use hand traps against. If you've got Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, or Infinite Impermanence, then you should save them for the Tatsuno Toshigo, aka the Horse. This is because this card will put 3 Memento monsters in the graveyard, which is always needed for them to get their plays going. And this card also comes out very early in the combo line, whether they begin with it, Darkblade, or Anguish. As a result, you can force them to have an extender in hand in order to be able to continue their plays because they won't have much opportunity to get searches out. There are some rare exceptions where they won't open with Tatsuno Toshigo. They might open with the Twin Thunder Dragon instead. In those cases, it might be better to use these disruptions against the Twin Thunder Dragon, but I would say that 90% of the time, you can simply use one of these cards against Tatsuno Toshigo, and that should be effective barring extenders to stopping the Memento strategy. Let's talk about Centurion a little bit. If they open with Centurion Primera and you've got Effect Veiler, Ash Blossom, or Infinite Impermanence, you should simply use it against that Primera. At that point, they'll have already used their normal summon on the Primera, and unless they have an extender on hand, this will stop their combo completely. If they begin by normal summoning Trudea and you have Effect Veiler or Imperm, then you can simply use it on the Trudea. If you open with Trudea and all you have is an Ash Blossom, then you should use the Ash Blossom against the Primera that the Trudea summons. This will stop them from getting the stand-up Centurion. However, they will still have the Trudea plus Primera to be able to go into Primera Primus. If they open with stand-up Centurion, then at that point, I think it's best to wait and use the Ash Blossom against the Primera Primus. You could make an argument for this against Trudea as well, but it's especially true with stand-up Centurion, since Primera is going to search the stand-up anyway, then they already have it, and there's no point in saving it at that point. They'll still get a Primera search, but it'll be for something like Wake Up or Phalanx, which is not nearly as detrimental as the Emblema Oath that the Primera Primus will search, in my opinion. I hope this brief hand trap guide was of help to you. If you're looking for a more extended guide, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely consider making something like this. For the time being, I wanted to make a video that would be a nice quick reference point for somebody to pull up while they're playing on Ranked Ladder. Thank you again for your support, And I'd also like to give an extra special thanks to my patrons and YouTube members. For that reason, we're going to be now moving to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.